Israeli Foreign Minister Gideon Sa'ar arrived in Brussels for talks with senior European officials, aiming to revive dialogue with the EU. The discussions will focus on Gaza's reconstruction, Israeli-Palestinian relations, and regional dynamics. Sa'ar acknowledged potential criticism but emphasized openness to discussion while rejecting what he called delegitimization, demonization, or double standards. Meanwhile, the Palestinian group Islamic Jihad has accused Israel of attempting to annex the West Bank by force after Israeli tanks entered the occupied territory for the first time in decades. The group called the move an act of aggression meant to consolidate Israeli control and disrupt Palestinian communities. The deployment follows last month's ceasefire between Israel and Hamas. In other news, Friedrich Merz, expected to be Germany's next chancellor, has invited Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu for a visit despite an arrest warrant from the International Criminal Court, ICC, for alleged war crimes. Merz dismissed the idea of Netanyahu facing arrest in Germany, assuring the Israeli leader that he would find a way to visit and leave without legal repercussions. However, the Palestinian Prisoners Club reported that Israeli forces arrested over 300 Palestinians in Jenin and Tulkarm governorates, including children. Some detainees remain in custody while others were released. The latest wave of detentions follows intensified Israeli military operations in the occupied West Bank. Ukraine began its fourth year of full-scale war with Russia, hosting a summit attended by European leaders, while facing uncertainty over continued U.S. support. Zelensky reiterated his call for a real, lasting peace while European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen warned that Putin remained determined to force Ukraine's capitulation. Meanwhile, Russia launched 185 drones against Ukraine overnight, but Kyiv reported no major damage. Meanwhile, Ukraine struck Russia's Ryazan oil refinery, continuing its campaign against Moscow's energy infrastructure. However, Russia's Rights Commissioner announced an agreement between Moscow, Kyiv, and the Red Cross to evacuate civilians trapped in the war-torn Kursk region. Some residents have crossed into Ukraine's Sumy region and are awaiting evacuation via Belarus. Negotiations between Ukraine and the U.S. over access to Ukraine's mineral wealth are in their final stages, with Trump reportedly seeking hundreds of billions in repayment for Washington's support. A rejected draft deal has strained relations, while reports suggest U.S. negotiators raised the possibility of cutting Ukraine's access to Elon Musk's Starlink satellite system. Trump has also pressured Kyiv to hold wartime elections, aligning with Russian narratives questioning Zelensky's legitimacy. However, Chinese President Xi Jinping expressed support for Russia's positive efforts to de-escalate the Ukraine war during a call with Vladimir Putin. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif announced that Pakistan and Azerbaijan will finalize investment deals worth $2 billion in April. The announcement came during Prime Minister Shehbaz's official visit to Baku, where he met with Azerbaijan's President Ilham Aliyev.
Announced that Azerbaijan intends to invest $2 billion in Pakistan in ventures which are mutually beneficial.
The agreements will focus on mutually beneficial projects, with an Azerbaijani delegation set to visit Pakistan next month to finalize arrangements. In other news, the Pakistan Space and Upper Atmosphere Research Commission, SUPARCO, forecasted that the holy month of Ramadan will begin on March 2, while Eid al-Fitr is expected on March 31. The Commission's assessment is based on astronomical calculations and modern observational data. However, the Central Ru'at-i-Hilal Committee will make the final announcement based on moon sighting testimonies. Meanwhile, Bangladesh High Commissioner to Pakistan Mohammad Iqbal Hussain Khan revealed that bilateral trade between Pakistan and Bangladesh has exceeded $1 billion. He expressed optimism about further trade growth as both nations seek to enhance cooperation. Relations between the two countries have improved following the ouster of India-aligned Premier Sheikh Hasina. Lastly, 3 people were killed when armed men opened fire at a jewelry shop in Hub's Rind Market. The victims include shop owner Kuda Baksh, his son Shahrukh, and an employee, Manzoor. Police are investigating whether the attack was a targeted killing. The incident follows a series of violent attacks in Balochistan, including the recent killing of 7 people in Barkhan district. Stay tuned for further updates.